Okay, so today we are looking at pandas, and when we talk about pandas is basically one of the powerful data manipulations. So when we say data manipulation, how you try to make some kind of um, insights, changing stuff, and all that when you have a data in the form of, let's say, Excel or CSV. So basically, with pandas, it helps you to do that kind of data manipulation, and it's one of the widely used when it comes to data analysis and also data cleaning. So take note that pandas is one of the libraries in Python that you'll be using, one of the libraries or packages in Python that you'll be using a lot in terms of when you're performing data analysis and also when you're doing data cleaning, right? And it also provides some two primary data structures. So we have one which is called series, and we have one which is called data frame. So those are the two primary data structures that you will be able to understand, and based on that, you would be able to know how you can perform a data analysis and also how you can use it to do your data cleaning and all that. Which when we go, the more we go deeper, the more you understand all these things when we get to the data science and then the machine learning aspect. So today I'm just going to take you through the pandas itself, and when we talk about pandas, we're basically talking about data frame and series. Okay. So what I will do is that I have a notebook called pandas, and with this notebook, what we are going to do is that we are going to go through some of the what are the packages or libraries we used, and also how can we align with series and also the data frame. So when I come here, call something pandas. Okay, and inside pandas we have something we call data frame and series. Okay, now with this pandas, data frame and series, so what I'm saying is that pandas um, is widely used for data analysis and data cleaning. Okay, pandas pandas provides two primary data structures. Okay, data structures, which is series and data frame. Okay, and also when we say series, so when we say series, okay, so series is a series. It's a one dimensional. It's a one dimensional. Let me use this. It's one dimensional array. Array like objects. Okay, like objects. While data frame. Okay, while data frame is a two dimensional size mutable and potentially, let me use the right word, there's one word, heterogeneous. Yep, heterogeneous tabular, tabular data structure with labeled as, okay, and that, you know, the as rows and what, columns. Okay, so now this is what we mean here. Okay. So we are saying that pandas is widely used. Pandas is widely used for data analysis and data cleaning. Okay. And as I said, pandas provides two primary data structures: series and data frame. Now, what is series? A series is a one-dimensional array-like object, while data frame is a two-dimensional size mutable and potentially heterogeneous tabular data structure with labeled as is. That is basically the rows and columns. So you see it in this picture. Okay. Now, what are the libraries that we import when it comes to pandas, right? And you guys remember we call something import. Now, if I want to use the pandas library, first, make sure that it is included with your what? With your environment. And how do you check this? It's simple. You can come here and type Anaconda Navigator. This one. Okay? So when you click on Anaconda Navigator, you wait for a few minutes for it to load.
Or she should disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, maybe.
Or she should check her microphone. You can hear me.
Yeah, sure. Do that and let's see. So this is the Anaconda Navigator we search here, right? And now when you have this, all you need to do is that, let me close this one. Okay. So when you have this, all you need to do is come here, environments, right? You will see the virtual environment you created. So when you click on yours, the virtual environment you are using for this notebook, for this, okay? So we wait for a few minutes for the packages to load. Then we can search for pandas if we have pandas on our virtual environment. If we don't have, I'll show you how you can install it. Okay, so let's search for pandas. Okay, so we have pandas, so I don't need to install. But let's say assuming, so let me close this. Let's say assuming we don't have pandas, right? All you can do is you can install it here, or you can just say requirements. You can just use requirements.txt. Okay, so now inside requirements.txt you just say pandas. All right, then you save the same way like that we did for the numpy. You see, remember guys, so it's the same for pandas. You save it like this, you close this, you can come to here, terminal, a new terminal. Below your notebook you see your terminal there, this one. You wait for it to, you activate, make sure you activate your environment on the terminal. So currently we're on base and the conda activator has been run for this virtual environment. So you can see now currently we have activated our virtual environment. So all that I need to do is come here, and then I'll say pip install. Okay, pip install what? Requirements, -r requirements.txt. So once I run this, I hit enter, everything inside this text file will be installed. And currently we have pandas, so pandas will be installed. If you want to go by the notebook way, you can just say this one, pip install pandas, and you are good to go. You run it and it will also install for you. Okay, all right. Now, okay, now what we need to do is that we need to import the library. So what I can do is that I will say import what? Pandas, right? This is the library we are going to use, pandas library. Okay, and it's one of the libraries or packages in Python, and it's used for what? Data manipulations and what? Data manipulations. And one of the ways we use this data manipulation library, which is called pandas, is what? for data analysis and data cleaning. I hope I'm clear on this, guys. All right. So,
Yes.
okay. So import pandas as PD. Remember I explained this to you same way for the NumPy. So this is an alias and this is the library or the package. So this becomes the alias to this package or module. So now anywhere we go, we use the PD instead of the pandas. You get the logic? Okay. So anytime I'm doing something with data manipulations in terms of data analysis or data cleaning, instead of me referring to pandas, the library itself, I am going to refer it to as with its alias, which is the PD. The same way we did for the import numpy as np. Okay, import numpy as np. That's the same way we are doing for the pandas. So take note. Okay, so I'll clear this one. Now once I have this, I can just run this. Okay, Python environment. Sorry, I didn't select my kernel. So now we are good to go. So now I have this run. Okay, let me run again. So now what I'll do is that on the next code, let's start to talk about pandas. Now, let's deal with series first. Okay. Now we are saying that now we know the definition for series, right? So we are saying that pandas series is a one-dimensional array-like object that can what? That can hold any data type. And basically it is one of the it's similar to like columns in a table. So when we say series, series are basically columns. Okay. So for instance, if you have a table like this, okay, if you have a table like this, this is the series. This column, sorry. These columns, okay, one column like this is called a series, okay? But when we combine column and rows, and these become tabular, all of these become what? Tabular. And if all of these become tabular, then automatically this is what? A data frame. You get a logic? Once we have rows and columns, then this entire data or this becomes a data frame. Okay, and how we frame it is because we have rows and columns, then inside we will have each individual data. Okay, all right. Now when we come here, we can say that let's define something. Let's say we have a list of items. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now this list of item, let's assign it to a variable. So let's say data, right? Data is assigned to this. So now if we assign this data to this variable, what we want to do here is that we want to be able to know if this particular data is type a series or not. Okay. We want to know the type of this data. Is it series or not? So let's look at how we can do this simple thing. So all that I can do is that I can say that, okay, then pandas, pd dot, what do I do? Series. We have an inbuilt method called series. You see? So I can just use it because I want to know if it's a what? A column, like a series. So let me use the series and see. So I'll just convert it into series. So I'll say pd dot series. Okay? Into bracket, what do I pass? I pass the data. So I will then convert this data to what? To series form. Then, so that we will have just one column with this entire data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? All right. And then now, all of this, I want to be able to see it. So let me assign it to what? A variable. So let me call it series. It's equal to this, right? Now, I have this. So what do I do next? Let's print. Then I'm going to print into bracket. What do? I say that print series, right? Now, if I'm printing series, I want to know it's actually series. So I just want to put it in the in the quotation mark. I bring my comma here. Inside this double quotation mark, what do? I will say series space where's my this one. So what I'm basically doing is I'm trying to say that, okay, if I print, I should see that series and what is it, then all the data elements are aligned. Okay, all right. And now I just bring comma so that I can have good space, and now say series. Okay, just storing it here, picking it and putting it here. You guys know all these things. All right. Now what I want to do here is that my goal is to find a type. What type is it? So I'll still print. Inside my print, I want to know the type of the series, isn't it? I want to know the type of the series. So this is how I do it. So now once I run this, I should be able to see the type of this. Is it truly a series? Because I've converted it into series here. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so we are seeing that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you know we are dealing with list, and in Python each first element is what? Index of 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why we are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with their indexes here. And this tells us that they are all on one column, which basically tells us that this is a pandas series. Okay, so this is just a clear how you can convert your data into series, and then we will see how we will use these things when we move forward. And another one is, let's say, assuming we have another one, let's say let me use a simple 10, 20, 30, right? So 10, 20, 30, if my goal is to check the indexes, okay, let me check the indexes. So if I say data is equal to this, okay, it's assigned to this, sorry, data is assigned to this, how do I know? Let me check the indexes well. So I can say that I have another list, okay? I want to map every data element. So these data element 10, 20, 30 to its respective indexes. So I can say A, comma, B, I can say this A outside, comma, this B outside, comma, this C. Now all that I'm doing is that I'm making sure that I'm aligning every data element. 10 is A, 20 is B, and 30 is C, right? And let me assign it to a variable. So let's call it, let's say, index. Okay. Now what I'm doing is that I just want to know that if these indexes are just aligned properly, like A should be 10, B should be 20, and all that. So let's see how it goes. So I'll just change it to series, right? So I'll use PD dot what? Series, right? PD dot series. Into bracket, what do I pass? I first pass the data. Then from there, I pass my index. Now, because I am checking, so I'll pass my index, isn't it? But because I want to check each index is its respective data element, I'll still bring this index. So this is the main index I passed here. But because I want the computer to check every index, so I will say index equal to index. It's assigned to index. So automatically, once this data is stored here, it goes through the normal index for the computer to understand. So that's what I'm saying, that index is assigned to index. Okay, this one can be any name. So let's say I can say data underscore index. Then here will be data underscore index. You understand? So I will say data underscore index. Sorry, I didn't type this one here. Data underscore index, right? So here should be data underscore index. You understand? So when I run this, I should be able to see A 10, B 20, C 30. So when I run, you see, A is 10, B is 20. So this is the respective index. So what I'm saying is that you can see this index clear here without specifying the index, isn't it? And we saw 0 is 1. So take note, but we can still search the indexes like how I'm doing it here and here. We will look at some example as we go deeper. But just for now, the goal is for you to understand that each index has to have its own respective what data element, as we see it here. And remember that in Python, indexes start from where? 0. So when you are referencing a particular data element in a data frame, you take note of that. Okay. Now, let's look at data frame. Okay. Let's look at data frame. So let's create a data frame from a dictionary, of lists. Okay, let's create a data frame from a dictionary of lists. So let's say my list is this. Okay, now inside my dictionary, so I'm going to create a data frame from a dictionary of a list. So first I specify my dictionary, which we use this, right? Now inside my dictionary, what do? I need to have the list, right? And you know dictionaries have what? Key and what? Key value pairs. So definitely we have the key and then the value, right? So what I'm going to do is that I am basically going to set my key. So let's say my key, first key is name, right? And then this name, I'm going to set it, I'm going to pass some data values. So let's say I'll put them in a list. So let's say the first one will be Dennis. Okay. So I'm putting them in a list. So then the entire list becomes my what? My value. You understand? So Dennis, comma, let's say Jemima, comma, let's say Ash, right? Oh, Ash, you understand? That's it. Let's use the 3 for now. Now, this is the entire value, and this is the key. Okay, so in my program, I have name column which has 3 data elements for the students. So let's say students, an example, right? So we can do same for another thing that we want to capture. Let's say age, right? Let's say age. We want to capture age. You see, the same thing. You guys remember these things. So in terms of you storing stuff. So 25, let's say comma, 30, let's say comma, let's say 45. Ash is 45 years. Okay. Now we can set the last one. Let's set another one. Let's say another one should be city. Let's use city. Then we will say that this is the key and this is the value. So with the value for city, let's make one. Let's say Toronto. Let's make the next one. Let's say Vancouver. Let's make the next one. Let's say Montreal. Okay. All right. Now we have these. We have Dennis, Jemima, and then Ash. Age 25, 30, 45. City Toronto, Vancouver. So it tells you that Dennis is 25 and he's from where? Toronto. Jemima 30, Vancouver. Ash 45, Montreal. You get the logic here? So you see how we are creating the list. And now this entire data, I can set it as what? Data. You see, assigned to this. You see, it's as simple as that. You guys remember this, right? Good. Now let's look at how we can perform the data manipulation. So I would say that PD, okay, PD dot. You see, what do? I bring the data frame. PD dot data frame. You remember we did PD dot series. So this is series. And now we are doing PD dot data frame. Okay. So PD dot data frame, what do? We just pass the data, which is what? This. So I'm telling you here that I can have an Excel sheet that has these columns, name, age, city, and we have these data installed in them. You guys now understand that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Good. And then now with these data installed on these columns, name, age, city, these data, I am assigning the data, or I'm setting the data to be a data frame. Then if the data is now a data frame, Then I can do anything with it called data cleaning and data analysis. Is that correct? Good. Perfect. Okay, Ash. Okay, perfect. So now, what do? I need to make sure that the data that I have passed to this data frame, I can also see it here, isn't it? So all that I need to do is this entire script or code, I just assign it to something meaningful. So most developers will say df is equal to, you see, but this df is any variable name or any object that you are storing this entire data on, so that anytime you are doing your data cleaning and data um, um, analysis, you reference using df and not using data. So you keep this same, but use this. You understand? So it becomes more of a copy. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now you see that this entire data is here. Okay. So when I run, I'll be able to see this data. But how do I see it? I need to print it, right? So I will say print df. You see? Then I can know the type of the data. So I can say print into bracket what? Type of what? Type of what? df. You see? So I can run this and I should get my data table. So you see? Name. So you see the indexes. This entire row is what? 0. This entire is what? 1. This entire is what? 2. Dennis, Jemima, Ash. Age 25, 30, 45. City Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Now I can do anything I want to do with this data. I can do so many things. I can change the age. I can do so many things here. That is the data analysis or data cleaning or data manipulation. You understand? Good. Now let's look at another aspect, because we will do more, but let's look at one last thing. Now, assuming I wanted to bring this, I had some Excel, I think I forgot. Let me see if I can see my Excel, so I can put it here for you, so we will continue the next time.
Okay.
So this is just try to understand the concept of data frame, how you are seeing the head and then the tail, and make sure that you understand these kind of series and pandas. That's why I did this series for you to understand, and I did a data frame this. So based on that, anytime you have a CSV, we can do something like this. And quickly, in our next session, you will see how we can access the data frame and everything, how we can do the descriptive statistics and all that on it.
Okay.
All right.